Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces, October 3, 2022. The moon moves into your sector of work and routine today, and you can be anxious to take care of details. This moon transit reminds you of the importance of getting the primary systems in your life into better shape. Today and tomorrow, there can be a tendency to overextend yourself, however. Your personal life and professional life can seem pitted against one another, and it's not about choosing but finding a balance or compromise. Try to avoid blindly reaching out for more if you're not yet in touch with the source of discontent. It may be that you need to stretch or overreach before getting to a place of balance. However, pulling back a little and reassessing what's important to you can lead to beautiful ideas for improvement. As Venus cozies up in your solar fourth house of domesticity, you will see love blossom at home. Those who live with their partner will enjoy this frequency quite a bit, so spend some time together, whether it is drawing up a long bath, cooking for the holidays, or even cuddling during candlelight. For singles, this could spark an especially romantic mood if you are to have a date over for dinner while conversing over wine before the fire. Don't miss this magical time to embrace the luxury of your home. Invest in yourself in your work. It will be exceptionally easier to be enthusiastic about your workday since the moon is entering Sagittarius. The gung-ho lunar energy will cause you to feel quite a spike in your own physical and emotional capabilities to tackle your workday. As you go about your workday, you might feel like an adventurer getting through your tasks. Maintaining a joyful spirit is key to having an exuberant presence and mindset as you get through your responsibilities. Expect to be a larger-than-life presence during this fiery and brazen lunation. 2 days after the dwarf planet Ceres not only left your income sector but ended all planetary activity on the income side of the financial fence, the moon is helping you to regroup professionally. With your income needs and priorities banked, the focus now shifts to doing the same professionally. This comes just as financially as a whole you should be feeling more empowered and in control. You sometimes get stuck in your rut. All that focus on waiting for the right time can bring you to a place of inertia. The astral energy at play makes this a great day to get on your feet again. This is a time for nurturing yourself, not others. Give yourself what you need in terms of diet, exercise, and rest. You may feel the impulse to take care of someone else as proof that you are out of your shell. Resist and persist. This is going to be a good day if you take the bull by the horns. Indeed, you will need to get around some obstacles before entering this more favorable phase which the current vibrations have outlined. Everything hinges on the fact that you are a fighter, so the vagaries of daily life have never impeded you from making your projects concrete. You don't get discouraged easily. This is true in your sentimental life as well, where harmony and success will be dominant. At the same time that Mercury, the planet of communication, has come to a standstill in his last full day in retrograde motion in your communication sector, Pluto is preparing to move into his final week in retrograde motion in your relationship sector. It is the moon's return to your relationship sector tomorrow that will tie these planets even more tightly together than they already are, but it is today that there is a joint focus on giving your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. In his last full day in retrograde motion in your communication sector, Mercury is just now separating from a friendly aspect to Pluto, in his final days in retrograde motion in your relationship sector. With both at a standstill, this is not just making it easier to give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice, but to stay in the moment. Our eyes in the sky. A Mercury retrograde phase can be notorious for causing mixed messages, misunderstandings, and mistakes, but there can be real advantages, and that has been the case for the planet of communication's short double dip back into your relationship sector. With the support of Uranus, in retrograde motion in your communication sector, and Pluto, who moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion in your friendship sector today, this has been a valuable chance to give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. As Mercury turns direct, the focus shifts to moving forward. It was just over a week ago that Mercury retrograded back into your relationship sector with a chance to give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. Mercury's direct turn today shifts the focus back onto the future, with another 9 days to work with the planet of communication before he leaves again. Today adds perfect symbolism to the beginning of the month. A vibrant waxing moon in Sagittarius is an absolutely fantastic way to open up an energetic portal to illuminate the greater aspects of one's life. This is a lesson in leadership for many, and it can be a release of the old ways in the collective struggle. Sagittarius energy asks you to open your mind to new possibilities and walk away from outdated approaches in every realm of life. Everyone is really going to feel this lunar wave, and it might mean that your inner rebel will take priority over other people's expectations. This is also a vibration that could trigger you to step out of the normal way of doing things. Some people might show their inner rage in some way. This moon triggers our solar plexus chakra, asking us to purify and cleanse our anger. The wounds are still here, and some of them are meant to be here for life. In fact, the lesson is to take the path that others are too afraid to walk down, knowing that you might be doing this alone. This is the cost of breaking societal norms. It can be a lonely process, but at the end of the day you'll be grateful for these cosmically aligned shifts. In the morning, the Sagittarius moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering an emotionally steady start to the day. Under this influence, we are introspective, pondering life's meaning. We wish to make our mark on the world, and with this idealistic aspiration tempered by a pragmatic strategy, we have a good chance of doing so. Hard work is taken up in the spirit of adventure. Old problems can be tackled with a novel approach. It's a good time to speak to elders and take a cue from their playbooks. Discover the causes that drove those who came before you to make a difference. What was their inspiration? Following this, the moon opposes Mars in Gemini, provoking irritation. We've established our morning plan with the intent to make headway, but distractions push us off course. People may require our assistance. Although we want to help, we also feel put out. Why can't they figure this out themselves? Instead of succumbing to frustration, consider temporarily delaying personal plans to aid others. We won't get much accomplished during this commotion anyhow. It's best to address this issue and return to our own interests when things have calmed down.